Welcome to the Final Scoop Podcast. My name is Schinetsky. Joining me as always, my international band of brothers, Lukasz, Troublemaker, Rytkowski, Prometeus, Intelligent Sports Technology, Robert, Samborsky, Apollon Nutrition. Lord Shane has yet to descend from his throne upon Mount Doom, but he will be joining us imminently, I'm sure. Thank you all for joining us as always. Post up any comments, questions, queries, quips, smart-ass remarks you have for us. We'll get to anything and everything over the course of our time with you here today. Well, Robbie, you're in Miami. What are you doing in Miami?
Pretending to work.
Figured, like, shouldn't Carolina be down there doing something?
She's actually working.
Is this brand related, gym related, or is this seminar related? If you don't want to get into specifics.
No, not at all. It's mostly brand related, but it's nothing like too serious or anything. I mean, just visiting some people, and at the same time, took an opportunity to kind of get away for like 2-3 days, and that's it. So it's business and pleasure, mostly pleasure.
Gotcha. So you're going to be the official sponsor of the Miami Dolphins now, the National Football League?
Yeah, once I learned the rules of the game, yeah, sure, no problem.
That's funny. I know Rob over at SteelFit is a huge Dolphins fan, so I thought that'd be funny enough. If some other like competing sports nutrition brand was the official sponsor for his hometown team, that'd be pretty funny. So, what's new, Lukasz?
Same old, man. Nothing major. Not much, honestly. Few changes in the company, but besides that, all good.
Good changes, adequate changes. How are you with the changes?
I would like to say good changes, but honestly, not that good. I can't say much right now, but yeah, it's just like, life goes on, and you need to like accept some major changes and just like go with them. So
yeah,
you know how it goes.
That's right.
Some people stay. Some people stay. No, my position is fine, but it's just like some people stay, some people go, some people move to different ventures, So
yeah,
sometimes it's hard to say goodbye, to people that that you work with for like years, Yeah. I'm probably right now one of the longest working guys at my company, so it's like 13 years now.
Whoa, that's as long as that. Santa and I just had our anniversary this past Monday of 13 years being married. So it's weird to think that you've been working as long as we've been married at the same company.
Yeah, I was just like counting the years, like last year, and I was like, damn, I'm like already 12 years deep, and this year I have like my 13-year anniversary in May, and I was like, damn, time flies by so fast. So
yeah, it does.
So yeah, but it's cool, but how the company evolved, and how the industry changed for past all these years, it's just insane, So yeah, but I'm excited for the future, and we shall see how's everything going to turn out, right?
Yeah. How has so our economy is a little wacky right now. We're going through a bit of a recession, some inflation going on here domestically. Is that affecting European markets at all? Like, are y'all having any kind of economic turmoil outside of, I guess, in addition to what's been going on with Ukraine the past few months?
That affects everything right now. So we also have recession. We also have inflation. We are personally, Poland is battling inflation as well. The prices are skyrocketed right now, and not only you can see it in like petrol, but also in like normal goods of living. Not only like energy, and gas and so on, but also from like stuff like bread,
chicken breasts and everything. Yeah, I've noticed those big changes. Just one weekend to the next, it's like everything jumped up at least 50 cents on the shelf. It was weird.
I've noticed one thing, because I was like buying canned meats back in the day because they are super convenient, Yeah. So when I'm traveling or when I'm going somewhere, actually, put a can in my backpack and just go with it, go with the flow, you know.
Yeah.
So when I'm hungry, I just like grab a spoon and just like eat it straight from the can, right?
Yeah.
So and I was buying everything from one guy every like year and so on. So this year, I was like, I was excited because I saw that he had the newest like stock. So I purchased a bunch of them, you know, and the price was exactly the same before inflation. So when they arrived to my spot, I've noticed one thing. So I was, you know, before everything, I was buying 200-gram cans, right? Now the price is exactly the same, but the volume of the meat is lower. So it's 160 grams right now for the can.
And for
So
you, for us working with freedom units, that's about 8 ounces down to about 6 ounces or 5 and like
yeah,
2/3 ounces.
yeah, something like that. So yeah, that's something that you need to be aware of. Yeah, and you know, I've noticed that in many goods, not only in like toilet paper, but also in like other stuff. So the prices are maybe a bit lower, but at the same time, you can see that the quantity of each product is also lowered. So yeah.
Robbie, we've covered before the increases of material costs to the brands that have been going on as far as creatine, all the amino acids, whey protein. Have there been any further big changes, volatility you've seen for prices above and beyond what we've kind of experienced maybe 6 months ago due to the current economic state of affairs?
Based on what I see, I think that that craziness where prices would kind of fucking climb like on a daily basis, if not hourly basis. I think that trend, I don't know if you want to call it trend, I guess trend, I think has either stopped or at least came to a pause for now. From what I understand and from what I see, in fact, on some ingredients, the prices have dropped, but I mean, they didn't drop significantly or anything that you can feel or it's gonna, translate into prices.
Yeah.
But at least it's kind of either stopped or slowed down or even dropped to an extent. But I don't think for any foreseeable future we're gonna see any positive changes for the brands in terms of where they get to save and hopefully kind of transition those saving onto the consumer. So I don't think that we're going to see any prices dropping anytime soon, but it's definitely a bit, at least we have a bit of a relief thinking that we probably hopefully maxed out and it's not going to get worse. I mean, we can see the prices of gas have dropped a little bit. We're celebrating the drop, in prices of gas, but in reality, it's still fucking expensive as hell. So I don't think that it's anything where, we can only celebrate the fact that it doesn't go up, but we can't really like celebrate any drops in prices. So I don't think we're going to see any surprises anytime soon.
Okay. Yeah, I filled up yesterday for $3.75. I saw a place today at $3.68 by us a gallon, but I know y'all are probably still north of $5, aren't you? Or in the 470?
Yeah. I would say, I'm in Florida right now. I'm between Florida and New Jersey. I mean, I can see the prices probably around like 4 and change. So I would say like 4.5 or something like that. That probably would be the average.
Yeah. Since you're in Florida, another state of immense freedom like Texas is there do you ever maybe wondered if you want to move down south, move the gym down south, the brand and all that, or do y'all really like that northeast quadrant?
You know what? I mean, number one, as ironic as it sounds, because every time, we get into this conversation with anyone, I get kind of aggravated because, people assume that considering where I was born, that I love the cold and snow and shit like that.
Yeah.
But the truth is I absolutely hate snow and I hate cold. I mean, I like warm weather. So, living anywhere where you don't have to think to worry about shoveling snow, for me, it's a positive attribute already. And like you said, like Texas and Florida, probably the last of the Mohicans when it comes to freedom. So it does feel different. And we own property here in Florida, so it's definitely been on my mind in terms of moving. I mean, live right on the beach. It's beautiful. It's free in terms of freedom. I mean,
Right.
it just feels a lot better. It's nicer. People are just friendlier, I guess. But it boils down to the fact that we own not one but two businesses in New Jersey, New York, and at the moment it's very, very challenging to even consider moving. So we're definitely going to stay in New Jersey for now, but I definitely wouldn't rule it out of the question. The future. I mean, I would love to move eventually. I mean, it's not something in the cards for the next couple of years, but it's definitely something I'm thinking about. And you know what? I was just talking to a friend of mine before the podcast, and it's interesting because back in the day, Florida would be associated with old people moving here. I mean, that's basically what you would see, especially places like Boca Raton and Palm Beach, and right now, it's not the case. I mean, I'm even seeing here young crowds, families, cool restaurants, clubs, lots of people that I assume probably have moved from other regions, from other states. And even I guess that some people that just moved recently, because there are a lot of car number plates that are, of different states, and you can see from all over. So that kind of shows that there's definitely a trend of people moving here. And even the prices I know the housing prices all over the United States are through the roof, but Florida and Texas, that always used to be kind of on a moderate side. I mean, you probably noticed it yourself. The prices in Texas have fucking skyrocketed crazy.
They're ridiculous. I mean, our house, and we are the small house in our subdivision. We're a 1-story house, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. There are some monster houses in here, and ours is doubled since we bought. Almost doubled. I mean, it was ridiculous what it's going for. There's another house further down. It was like 1.2 million. It was going for. I just thought this is insane.
I'm not surprised.
It's absurd. I can't believe. And when we first moved to Texas, we're in a 2,400 square foot house here. Our house in Louisiana was 2,100 and change. We paid $245 for that house in 2009. We moved here in 2016. The first house we went and looked at, I think it was 1,700 square feet. And they wanted something like $360,000 for it. And I went, we're playing a whole different set of we're on a completely different playing field here. None of this makes sense to me. So it's it's just gotten more retarded in pricing since then.
Yeah, we bought a condo in Fort Lauderdale, I think about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Since then, I won't say it doubled, but it's definitely, I would say, if not 100% increase, because that would be doubled, I would say probably a good 60-70% jump. And, in only 7 years, that's pretty substantial. And they keep climbing up.
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous. And we're starting to get a little bit of a cooling off here. Plus, interest rates are dropping too, so that may help. But I'm so glad we bought our house in December of 2018. We moved in January of 2019. So before Austin's housing market went completely nutsoid. So, Mitch, when producing a supplement or ordering a product to be manufactured, do you lock in a rate or does it fluctuate, Robbie?
No, it fluctuates because the thing is Lukasz and I were talking about a product. That was Lukasz. Which product did we talked about? Remember when we talked about Time Cop last year? I mean, how long did it take before we actually made the product? It was fucking insane, right? I mean, it took almost a year. It was quick. We'll come up with the idea, and Lukasz and I actually talked about combining 2 Apollon products into one. And then there was a discussion about, possibly Time Cop or something like that. I don't even remember. That's how it feels so old. But the truth is, from just initial talk to actually doing it, I mean, it takes a long, long time. So you go to the manufacturer and, you give them a formula. You give him a formula, he's going to give you a price. But the thing is that there are always some kind of factors in between where you maybe not get to it right away. And then the prices do change. And then you have to factor, obviously, the flavoring and all that. So I'm not going to say it jumps tremendously unless you're putting it off for 2 or 3 years. But the change definitely, especially I think that every quarter there is also a slight change, especially when it comes to whey protein. So yeah, the fluctuations can change. I'll tell you this though, there was a case, but maybe once or twice in 7 years that I've been in this, there was a case where the prices have dropped. But that's like I said, that's like 1 out of 10. If these days it's not even possible. But most of the time the prices increases definitely there, so the price can fluctuate. If it's a short period of time, it's not going to be that big a deal.
Yeah, I think for a lot of that, it's probably, I guess, similar when we would order materials for some of the like the oil and gas jobs where we were ordering sets of ball valves, check valves, piping, all this stuff. You put in a quote with your supplier, your vendor, and the quote says quote's good for 30 to 60 days, and as long as you're ordering that time, you're locked in at that price level. But you go past that, then they need to requote them because material costs, shipping, all of that will fluctuate. But usually, if you go to a manufacturer and you go that day, say, hey, quote me on this, you like it, you lock it in at that rate that day. But if you exceed, probably 6, 8, 12 weeks, I don't think you're, especially with the volatility of the market right now, a quote's not going to be good for 12 weeks. You might be able to do it for like 30 or 60.
But it's just not realistic.
Yeah, and it's also dependent on the size of your company, the relationship you have with your manufacturer. So if it's, if you've been doing business with this one manufacturer, a lot of volume for, 4 or 5 years, then they'll probably give you a little bit more flexibility and on those things. Whereas if you're a younger upstart company, you haven't been doing it, and you're doing a really small run of product, you're going to kind of get screwed over with everything. You're going to need to, so there's different layers and levels to all of this kind of stuff. So. All right, gentlemen. You guys got any other questions? Feel free to populate the comment section. We'll get to anything and everything. I saw this come across the newswire, and I know we've discussed this product before, and I believe Shane said he liked it a lot. I had not tried it personally, even when it was part of the Kodiak line of stuff. Mm-hmm. But what do you guys think? Did you ever use this one, Lukasz?
Yeah, before it was under Kodiak. Right. I tried it. Yeah, it was pretty okay, pretty good. So I wouldn't complain anything or say any bad words about it. I'm honestly very happy that a muscle sport decided to basically discontinue the Kodiak line and put everything under their own wings. As a matter of fact, I had a brief conversation with the CEO of Muscle Sport.
Greg? Is that his name? Greg?
Robert.
Robert? Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else then.
Yeah, probably. So I had a brief conversation with the CEO of Muscle Sport, and yeah, we were talking, about the whole, things related to the demand, building the brand, building the awareness, marketing stuff, and so on. And he was asking me, about, how to, succeed in Europe. But, as we all know, it's Europe and USA is a completely different beasts. Yeah. And, many times, owners of the brands are approaching me and they're saying, well, Vitamin Shop is interested in our line, GNC is interested in our line. And I'm like, man, and so what? That doesn't mean shit here in Europe, just because US bigger retailers are interested in your products, and it doesn't mean it will sell well in Europe. You need to build a separate demand, for the brand. Plus, I don't see that times where distributors were trying to help out the brand are over already, so even we my company, and I can say from my standpoint, when it comes to Prometeus, we always try to help out the new partners, and when we take some brand under our wings, we always try to help out, and and we also try to provide information to our clients about the new brand, new SKUs, and so on. But building a demand, it's always tricky part. So, and that's something that the brand by himself, need to realize, and also need to, put the focus on. So, but I'm doing a huge rant right now. I've noticed that, but yeah, as far as like the muscle sport, I think they made a good decision to put everything under one umbrella, and move with the line, and we shall see. But the formula looks decent. I don't have anything bad about them.
Yeah, I need to go back and look up. So the Nolumba nucifera, that's where we used to be a natural source for hygenamine. And I remember trying to go down the wormhole the first time I saw this ingredient in a sleep aid. And I forget what it's doing. I forgot which mechanism or alkaloid it's got in it that's helping sleep. I'd maybe like to see the theanine a little higher, but I've never used this one personally, so I have no idea what this thing actually feels like. And I thought at one point this maybe used to have phenibut in it, like the first run of Anabolic Coma back 2 or 3 years ago when it was Kodiak. The ashwagandha, it's on the higher side because it's a lower standardization of with analytes. Usually KSM is at 5% with analytes. This is 1.5%. And what's the other one I'm thinking of? Sensoril is 10% with analytes. Choline's interesting. The huperzine's in there for memory storage, locking all that in while you're sleeping. And Glaxon's got some huperzine in their sleep aid as well, sedative, or what's it called now? It's not sedative anymore. Tranquility. Is that it? No.
Tranquility, yeah.
Yeah, Tranquility. They got a little bit in there, but I remember talking with Joey that he thinks that's kind of the ideal spot for where huperzine should be. Not necessarily in a nootropic or a pre-workout, but he kind of likes it more in that sleep aid time frame, which it's interesting. I'd try this. 2.5 grams of GABA is good. 500 milligrams of tryptophan. Glycine, I'd like a little higher. But again, that's just when glycine is used in isolation. I've never used it in combination, so.
I've been currently using
knock the fuck out from 5% nutrition.
And the flavor, you see the flavor?
Apple cider?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got it perfectly. I thought that was a pretty good angle. What's up?
Do you want me to put you in the main slot, Shane, so you can do your royal entrance the right way?
I'll do it again.
There you go.
Wait, the lights this way. There we go.
Is it the Gymshark? Yeah, of course it.
The official sponsor of Stack 3D, Gymshark.
Shane is now sponsored athlete of Gymshark.
Yeah, whatever.
Zantandito, your boy Shano is back. There we go. Hi all, greetings from Poland. Greetings, Simon.
See, the podcast is timed with like my day, my night out with or evening out with the family. So we got back pretty good. I think this is pretty good for me.
It is. You are much closer than you had been in previous weeks, and your internet
better than last week.
Shit, so
Yeah. Don't even get me fucking started.
Last week was pretty awesome. Your head was like bouncing all the time.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we were just talking about. I don't know how much you heard on the back end, Shane.
Yeah, Anabolic Coma.
Yeah, how do you like the new look of the product and didn't the old formula used to have phenibut in it? The original formula?
I don't know if it was phenibut, but it was reformulated.
Yeah.
2 years ago, 3 years ago or something. I'm assuming that it had it at some point. Or it had something that they wanted to change. But I remember the first one. First one's badass. I never tried the reformulated one. I had the phenibut one. That one was
courtesy of our friends at stack.com. Kodiak increases GABA and melatonin and drops phenibut.
Is that what I said? Is that what I wrote? Okay, there you go. Yeah. Look at that.
There we go. Yeah. And they swapped out. KSM isn't standardized to 1.5% with analogs. Standardized to 5%.
Maybe
In
they
this
made a
one, they've
mistake.
changed it to whatever, the regular one here. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, did you guys heard about the Accent Sledge, the whiskey and cola? They re-released the all three products, I believe, and they also reformulated their products.
I haven't tried the flavor. I mean, I like Jack and Coke, or I used to. I haven't had one in several years, but I thought it was the bottle design, the flavor combination was awesome.
Yeah, the bottle design is now also updated a bit.
I wonder if they got a nasty gram from Jack
and
Daniels.
The best thing is that the set is right now like sending the gold boxes to influencers. So they include all three products and also 2 glass shots.
Nice.
That's pretty brilliant. So yeah, I saw it on social media and I was like blown away. So that's just pretty awesome.
Was that on Stacked anywhere? Or I can pull that up?
Oh yeah.
No,
they reformulated the 7th gear.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I didn't write about the whiskey cola thing because as far as I thought it was just the flavors returning, right?
Yeah, it's returning, and they did like a small upgrade from what I've heard.
Yeah, the upgrade is 7th gear. I don't know. I mean, the flavor might be better. I don't know. I just know that they're bringing them back, and because those were the same 3 products they launched for it previously.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I think they only changed the formula of the pre-workout. Yeah. They dropped creatine. Added Elevate ATP, and then increased a couple others.
Yeah. 350 caffeine, 50 of Infinergy, 100 of teacrine, 2.5 grams of betaine.
Yeah, the betaine was 2, I believe.
Yeah.
And
you got alpha GPC up to 300 now instead of 150.
I believe it was 200 actually.
Here we go, right here.
Am I right? Am I close? Yeah.
100 of alpha GPC. So
No. So this is because I remember when they did this. It was originally 37s. Then they made this label, and the 60, and you have to double to get the fulls.
Okay. Look at you. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad they got rid of the 1500 of creatine Magna Power. I guess that's not worth it to put in there, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's a better upgrade. This is definitely a step in the right direction.
Lucas just disappear? What the fuck? Where'd he go?
Did he? Yeah, he did. Oh well. Polish internet got taken. Got hacked.
When you build roads and internet fiber goes under the roads and
you might hit something.
Shit, I was in Greece, man, and I would have loved some internet cables. That would have been fantastic.
Where is whiskey and cola? I thought it was the grind that they did the whiskey and cola with.
So they launched it originally in the grind, hydraulic, and 7th gear, and then it was limited, and they're bringing it back. But I don't think the new version or the second coming of it is available yet.
Oh, okay.
I think it's maybe next week, the week after. I don't really know. I just saw the changes to the product. I never saw.
Gotcha.
I've never had whiskey, so even if I had it, I'd have no fucking clue what it actually tastes like.
We'll rectify that in October.
I sent you guys the link. I sent you guys a link to our YouTube channel from what I saw this release.
Yeah, 4.5 seconds in, this guy's obnoxious demeanor was already on my nerves. And
I know, but
act a certain way for a YouTube channel. I saw 3 seconds of it. I immediately want to turn it off.
I know, man, but it's just like 2 minute clip, and I just like watched it due to like just wanted to check the box and so on. So Yeah, that's how it looks.
It's got a PR package from Access Labz, so let's unbox it. No, I'm just kidding. Is that how the sound effect goes? So what we have here is the Access Labz whiskey and cola.
This is a bit much.
If you don't
You think?
I know.
I guess you're not a hard-working mother. And we got a fresh round on him. But it looks like Access Labz brought back the whiskey and cola flavor.
I would like to know who made the decision to use this guy.
The purpose is unbelievable, and if not,
Isn't he a Rise athlete?
90 EAA, 7 gear, which is their highest in pre-workout. And from what I see, a brand new formula we'll get into later. And one of my favorite non-step pre-workouts, hydraulic. And we also got 2 shot glasses. Look at this thing. Now,
That was a lot.
Was
That was a lot of positivity.
That was a lot. That was a lot of fun. I mean, I'm curious. I like that. I wonder if Jack Daniel's legal got in touch with them because the wink and nudge they got to the actual Jack Daniel's label on the first run was very close. And I got that.
That was one of the ones where I don't get when people like take shots at other brands saying like, "Oh, Redcon 1 was close to Star Wars," but I never heard anyone say anything about the Action Slade Jack Daniels thing.
Oh, I noticed right off the bat. I thought it was great. I mean,
No, I know, but like when some brands do something that's obviously inspired by something, they get shit on, but then some others do it, they don't get shit on. But it's very similar in inspiration. It's just like we all know what they're trying to do, but like
Don't get me started on.
I mean, I don't care
but
either
you
way.
see, the thing
I
is,
love
it's
seeing
like,
it anyway.
If you draw an inspiration from something, right? Say, for example, you're inspired by something or somebody, and you're releasing a product almost like paying, I don't know, like paying respect or, showing you're a fan or anything like that, then it's okay to say it. At least, give some, at least, acknowledgement to the fact that you draw inspiration from something. But when you doing it very kind of like sending a subliminal message and clearly trying to copy somebody, clearly, very, very obviously, to me, I mean, even though we all understand what the brand is doing, but I think it's actually pathetic and kind of like laughable. It's a joke that you lacking originality, because if somebody is doing collaborations, like I'm not sold, but again, that's me personally. I'm not sold on all these collaborations with flavors because I think that they ridiculous, and actually something that Shane posted, I really, really enjoyed. You did your reviews about Rise energy drinks, and I thought that was one of the best. I got to give you props, actually. I think that was one of the best reviews I have ever seen on any product in the industry, bar none. Because basically, you said that the non-collaboration flavors were better.
I don't understand how that worked out.
Remember when I tried Sunny D and I said I wasn't a fan? It wasn't disgusting, it wasn't bad. I was not a fan of the flavor itself because I look at it as a flavor because that's what it is. But when I tried Tiger's Blood and that lime one, what is it?
Baja Burst.
Yeah, that flavor is, I mean, I'm not going to fucking compare it to Monster, but it's really, really,
it's
really
pretty good.
Enjoyable. It's really good.
I don't think Monster has like a lime.
It actually reminded me a little bit of Sprite. It did.
Yeah.
It's very, very fucking good.
Like Mountain Dew.
The flavor is almost like underrated just because of that fucking Sunny D shit that everybody's talking about. So, it's just a flavor. That's all it is. It's a fucking flavor. You're drinking it. That's all it is. So the emphasis on all these collaborations and stuff like that, to me, it kind of got, I'm not going to say out of hand, but we're completely forgetting about, the quality of the product and what the product is supposed to do. And I already mentioned it before. We're looking like at all these different flavors rather than looking at the product. But this time around, actually something very ironic happened, because now we're actually comparing flavors, and the flavor that is not collaboration is way, and I mean way better.
I didn't get how they, like, it was like they like you get the initial taste on the first sip of the Sunny D and the Smarties, and then it just drops. But the other two are just fucking
they're
on
really
point.
enjoyable flavors. They actually, it's almost not ironic, but I would say it's a shame. I feel bad for those two flavors because they're completely getting neglected, and they are not just marginally, they substantially better.
And the tiger's
Substantially,
blood,
not even a contest. Like
tiger's
if
blood
you're
is
gonna-
like it's not an easy flavor to do, and coconut, strawberry, and they hit it all.
They nailed
very
it.
well.
They nailed it. I mean, like right now, if I'm a consumer and you're gonna push rice on me, and both all 5 flavors, I know what you're gonna do. I mean, you kind of don't have a choice as the brand owner or management. You're gonna push those collaborations on my ass and look, we did Sunny D. So as a consumer, I'm gonna go and reach out for them because I'm so impressed with your creativity, and collaboration. Now I just tried it. I'm gonna go, well, fuck you. This is not even that good, But you actually have 2 other flavors that are impressive. They're very, very good, but you're not pushing them because they're not collaboration. It's stupid as fuck. It's just very, very stupid because the difference between Sunny D and Baja, I mean, this is Baja, this is Sunny D. I mean, we're talking just flavors. We're not talking about how, impressive the collaboration is. And I think that, Rise unwillingly kind of made a huge point, a huge statement, what TJ says, labels are just labels. Well, now actually, although that is up for debate, but this proved without reasonable, beyond reasonable doubt, flavors are just fucking flavors. That's all it is. They either good or they not. And Rise non-collaborating flavors are way, way, way better than the collaboration ones.
I just really would like to know how's everything been done as far as this process of doing this collaboration, and when you have these 2 major companies, how they try to communicate with each other, and who comes with what when it comes to making the final touches to a flavor and so on. Because from what I've noticed, since we had all these collaborations, I've seen not many brands that nailed it for 100%. And we always people from the industry are always talking about Ghost doing this collabs and how they all started and so on. But at the same time, I tried some of their products, and I wasn't born in US, so maybe I'm not the right person to say or rate these products like Oreos and Nutter Butter and so on. But to me, 90% of these flavors are just normal stuff. It's like a normal base whey protein, like a vanilla flavor with some inclusions like cookie parts and so on, and that's basically it. So to me, we talked about it on our thread, and I always said that these top brands such as Oreo and Nutter Butter and other big modules of the industries, they're just they don't give a shit, about supplement industry, and sometimes they can only let's say provide, for example, inclusions, or let's say they will say, here, there you go, you got some cookies, you can play around now. So
what? And you're right, because number one, a lot of these brands are not selling only in the United States; they're selling actually overseas as well. So when you reach, but let's say, for example, you are impressed with, you actually mentioned Oreo, right? So if I'm going to release a collaboration with Oreo, you're going to be very impressed as a consumer because it's just a cool thing. I mean, it's a cool thing, and we're mentioning something that is a very mainstream and very, very popular. So if you're an Oreo fan, if you're a Ghost fan, you more than likely, or just curious, you're going to buy the container of protein. Now, is there anything, say, for example, also you're knowledgeable when it comes to, protein and supplements, Is it anything special about the container? Is it anything special about the product? Nothing special about the product. It's not gonna put more muscle on you. It's not gonna make you leaner. It's not gonna make you anything. There is nothing. It's just fucking protein. Good protein, but it's just protein. So now you're impressed with the flavor, right? So you bought the container from me. What's the number one thing you're gonna do? Number one thing when you're gonna try it, you're gonna compare it to actual Oreo. That's the number one thing you're gonna do. And you know, I mean, I know that I've seen people, including myself, who compared it, and I'm sorry, it didn't taste like it, not even close. It tasted good. It tasted like a good cookies and cream. It did not taste like Oreo. So that's number one, where it's already a fail. Because when you get a collaboration with a certain flavor, especially mainstream popular flavor, the number one thing you're gonna do is compare whether it's actually comparable. Like Sunny D, I mean, I don't know how they decided on that flavor, you know, but to me, I never actually had Sunny D, but you know what? Yeah, I tried the flavor, and as a flavor, I compared it to Baja, and Baja shit all over Sunny D. That was me, my personal opinion, and I agreed with the review, just specifically for that reason. But the thing is that after you tried it, you still gonna go and you're gonna buy it second time only if you're a big Oreo fan and it does taste like actual Oreo. That's the only way you're gonna buy it a second time. Like ever since last year, and I believe it came out sometimes around June, July last year, Ghost released Oreo, everybody was going insane, including myself. I bought two tubs without trying it, just because my daughter is a big Oreo fan. One tub I gave away. The other tub, it's still almost full. She only tried it once. She didn't like it because she said it doesn't taste like Oreo. So at the end of the day, now we have a hype. Now from the other spectrum, if we're talking about something like pre-workouts or intra-workouts or, I don't know, fat burners, if they in a powder form, say you do collaboration, the number one thing you're going to look is it effective? Because you at the end have a purpose. You know, is it going to, you know, kick ass in the gym? Are you actually going to feel it? So, you know, that's why you're buying a specific goods. When you buy, you know, I mean, we're using, say, Sunny D as an example. If your pre-workout is a Sunny D flavor, you know, you're going to try it if the formula is good, if the pre-workout is, but other than that, you're going to go only for the ingredients. You're going to go whether, you know, you feel the pre-workout, whether it does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's the reason why a lot of collaborations that we see, huge hype, huge spike, and then it quiets down. Yet we have products on the market that have been released a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and we still talk about them and we still use them and they're still popular. And some of them actually are getting more popular because more people are using them because of the word of mouth. But the collaborations, I mean, between Price Plow and Fitness Informant, every time there's a collaboration, I see insane amount of, you know, attention. I want to see that amount of attention when it comes to a formula because, you know, we talked about this. Aren't we in a supplement business? Because at the end, it's still a supplement. It's supposed to do something. So we're going with this. That's why when I saw that review, I thought it was like so fucking brilliant and actually made me happy, not to be a hater, but it made me happy that, you know, the flavors that are not collaborations are way better than collaborations. And Shane actually highlighted, and I thought it was brilliant because that it was just truth. It was the fact. And hopefully a lot of people pay attention to that because when I'm going to go, will I get a Rise energy drink? 100% I will. Why? Because of those two flavors. I tried the other three. I'm not going to say they were bad. I'm not going to say they is all level because nothing is all level. All level is just on a whole other level. It's a separate case, you know? So, but will I go for them? No, I'm going to go for the other two. The Tiger's Blood and Baja Burst, amazing. Amazing. Some of the best probably on the market today, I mean, as flavors.
You know, I also wanted to like add one more thing. You guys remember when there was this big collab between Diamond Eyes and you know, Cocoa Pebbles and so on, right?
Yeah.
the Flintstones and so on. Yeah, and I saw so many reviews, on the internet, and like 90% of the reviews that I saw was the exact same thing. It's just like a normal chocolate, maybe like a bit, with a bit more deep like flavor, dark chocolate type of protein powder, right?
Mhm.
So this is when I ask a question: is it worth the hustle? Is it worth doing all this stuff? Just to hype it up? Because as I said, if you have these two big brands that are trying to do a collab, they should work with each other and not just like one brand is just like, let's say, providing like a recipe to their staff, or they're maybe just providing some inclusions, and the other brand needs to like play around with it and just make up the rest.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they just put a fancy, lettering on the top saying that Cocoa Pebbles or I don't know, the Oreos or Nutter Butter and so on, right? I'm not hating, but to me, when it comes to like collaboration, it should be like a mutual partnership, and not just like take it and go, play around. And you know, reading the review that the chain did, it's also like it hits a spot. It just shows that Rise is capable of doing a great energy drinks without any fucking partnerships. They can nail a fucking awesome flavor, and they can also they don't need like any like fancy collaboration, and it can sell like crazy. While the collaborations will like knock the fuck them down. So at the end of the day, Rice can like get degraded from all these collaborations. So that's something to think about, right?
You know what I think is, and I could be wrong. I think when they nail the agreement to do a collaboration, like with any brand, I really think that they're so happy and hyped about it because they know that it's going to bring so much attention. I think the flavor, I mean, working on flavor, is taking kind of a back seat. I think that they get into something like, okay, we already got it. It tastes similar or it tastes okay, and they like
Yeah,
already sign off of it. They're like, okay, we got this, no problem.
yeah,
We can already put a big fucking Sunny D on a container. We're good to go. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not saying that that's the case. And then they come up with another flavor like Tiger's Blood, and they keep trying it and trying it and trying it and comparing it until they actually get it right because it's not a collaboration. So maybe actually, not even realizing they putting a little bit more effort into something that needs a little bit more work
exactly.
and doesn't have a collaboration. Again, could be totally wrong. Maybe they work their asses off on those. But I feel like, it's I mean, I've keep saying it again and again that I've used steroids, so it's not like anything. But how many times do you see people that are using, say, for example, a thyroid drug, right, to get ready for a show? They're using a thyroid drug to speed up their metabolism and to lose fat faster. And I noticed many times those guys that are using those drugs will actually cheat on their diet a lot. And because they know that everything's going to get burned anyway, and their metabolism is running so fast. And then you have guys who are not using it. They actually work harder because it's so much harder for them to actually burn fat. So the guys who are not using the thyroid drugs are actually working harder than those that have a little bit of help. So I think that this is the same case. We already have the collaboration. We don't have to work as hard because we already have the deal. But over here, we don't have a collaboration. We came up with a flavor, but let's nail the flavor because we actually need to sell it. I think that that's probably the case.
Do you think, coming at it from another direction, when the brands do these collaborations, especially the ones that are in retail stores, because I can see the Rise Energy Drinks, Ghost Energy Drinks, C4, all of these companies, now even Alani Nu now is in the grocery stores here. From the person that is not integrated into a fitness lifestyle,
Yes.
that is And they're walking by the shelf, and they see an energy drink, but it's got the Sunny D logo on it. Do you think that could maybe be their gateway into getting into? So even if it doesn't, it's doing some good in that sense. Maybe the flavor isn't that great, but maybe the fact that it's got an Oreo collaboration or Sunny D or Mountain Dew collaboration that pull them in maybe.
You made a very, very valid point, and I think that this is very, very tricky situation. The reason is because let's take, for example, Monster, right? So Monster, the one that is my favorite, the one that Monster Ultra, right? So it doesn't say what flavor it is. I don't even know what the fuck the flavor is, but it's so fucking good. It's like still the best tasting energy drink for me personally.
Which one?
Nothing comes close.
Which one?
The silver one, the white one. You know, some people say it's grape, some people say it's white grape. I don't know what it is, but it tastes so fucking good. So that's not a collaboration, right?
Correct.
But yet I have it in the fridge here. I drink it a few times a week for sure. Like I'll try different ones, but that one I know Monster is making money off of me because that one I'm buying on a weekly basis. Not a collaboration. I don't know what the flavor is. Tried it once, a million years ago. Ever since, I'm hooked. I keep buying it again and again. So that's perfect example for you. Now, what you're talking about, and you're 100% right. You have a person that doesn't know shit about, you know, products and supplements and whatnot. Yeah. You're right. That mainstream person is going to be passing by the fridge. He sees Sunny D. He loves Sunny D. He knows Sunny D. He will purchase Sunny D because it's Sunny D, not because it's rice, because it's Sunny D. 100%. Thank you, Nick. 100%. They will pick that up because of that collaboration. So it's a good move by Rice. 100%. It's a good hype. They'll get it. Now here's the problem. If it's a collaboration and Sunny D is so big and it's mainstream, I'll bet anything that Monster sells a hell of a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Why? Because that person is going to try it. Number one, automatically is going to compare it to Sunny D. He's not going to give a fuck what it includes. He's not going to give a fuck, on a supplement facts. The only thing he saw is Sunny D. So if that doesn't taste like Sunny D, if he doesn't enjoy it the way he enjoys Sunny D, he purchased it once. I firmly believe that a good salesman or a good brand can sell you anything. They can sell you anything once. I can convince you to buy anything from me. But the problem is, once you bought it, you will know whether it's good or not. And then the second time around, no matter what I say, you're not going to buy it. So I bought Sunny D because of the hype. I bought it myself. I tried it. I'm not buying it again, but I will keep buying Monster.
You know why the collaborations are limited?
Exactly.
Now you know. Now you know why.
Exactly. Very good point. Very good
customer
point.
acquisition.
They get the attention, they get the hype, and then they fizzle. Because if it was not good, not to turn my own horn, we brought caramel macchiato as a limited because I thought, like, who the fuck's gonna buy coffee flavored, protein? Exactly. But it stayed. Why did it stay? Why? Because I wanted it to stay? No, because the consumer wanted it to stay. They liked it. They keep buying it. We made it permanent. So I firmly believe what Lukasz said. He's 100% right. It's limited because it brings that attention, it brings that spike, it brings that hype, and they in the news. I mean, that's the only reason why. I mean, if they released only Baja and they only released Tiger's Blood, do you think we would talk about it as much, or the consumers would talk about it as much? Not a fucking chance.
No. Nick, knew a couple people who worked for Monster, and the white Monster is inspired or flavored after grapefruit.
Very good.
I think your point is pretty much what I was going to say about the collabs. I don't think that they're there to service current fans.
Yeah.
I mean, we already know we like the brand. Like, you want a new person. That's why I always thought that sports nutrition brands did what they did. Like, no sports nutrition brand's going to come out with a gummy because their fans, they might want to see it. But the best thing is that there might be people out there who want to try gummies rather than pills and might not even touch pills. Same with energy drinks. Ghost might be able to reach people just by having an energy drink, and then they might go into their pre-workout. But if they never had their drink, they may never have touched them. It puts them into the cooler, puts them in convenience stores. And I think the collabs, for me, that's what the whole point of it. Not maybe the entire point, and it's cool for a fan to see like an Oreo, but if you've already got a fan and they already see Oreo and they're disappointed, they're just going to go buy your other one. It's the new people that you want. And I think that some of the brands, like their flavoring, like skills are probably not that great. And when the first few came out and they weren't like spot on with the actual food, I was like, oh, maybe they're not putting that much focus on it. But we've seen more than enough now. I don't think it's that easy to do what they're trying to do. I don't think it's that easy for anyone to do, to make a shake taste like a cookie. I think that's incredibly difficult to do. Otherwise, we would have seen it by now. Ghost doesn't fuck around on flavors. They work on their shit for like 2 years. C4 they got tens of millions of dollars on the line. They ain't fucking around with Skittles and Starburst. That would have taken a lot of effort and a lot of power to do, and they would have spent, because they would have known that if they did it bad, they would lose money. And a company like that, they're not going to do something that's going to lose them money. So I don't think that these guys aren't putting effort in. I just think it's incredibly difficult to make a sugar-free, zero-calorie energy drink taste like a fucking candy.
Yeah.
I think you can make some good flavors like Monster does. I think there are a lot of flavors out there that don't require collaborations that taste good. I think Alpha Line, Petey said, Drew Peters, he said that he didn't like he preferred doing flavors that weren't collabs because it meant that you need help to make good flavors. And I like that, but I think that the collabs are there to draw you in. And it's not I don't think it's for us. I think it's for people outside of us.
That goes without saying. But look what Mitch just said. Yes, but if the collaboration doesn't meet the flavor, that could turn people off. And
very true.
100% right. Here's the problem. Again, and that goes back to what I said. You can draw anyone once, and what I said is an overweight guy who doesn't use energy drinks or doesn't use pre-workouts or whatever, he sees Sunny D. And we're talking about an average Joe, not from our industry. An average Joe, he's drawn in. So you know what? Oh, look, it's a product that's going to help you get in shape or whatnot, and it tastes like your favorite drink, Sunny D. Again, he will buy it, and then he's going to tell you to go fuck yourself. It doesn't matter because it doesn't taste like it's supposed to taste. And I'm not saying that we talk about Ghost that didn't put any effort into making it taste like Oreo, but the bottom line is, and this is going from what I've seen by, I would say, I'm not going to go 9 out of 10, but I would say 7, 8 out of 10. Majority of people say that it does not taste like Oreo. It does not. I mean, but the hype is there. They trying to draw. So it's a very, very fine line. And I think it's a very thin ice because all the effort and everything that you put in, you're trying to draw new people. Great. You will draw them without a doubt, just by saying Oreo, just by saying Sunny D, they drew me. And you know what? I'm the one who talks shit about these collaborations nonstop. They drew me. I wanted to. I was curious. And you know what? I'm not going to say that all the collabs taste like shit. I actually stated numerous times, Nutter Butter, in my opinion, actually does taste like Nutter Butter. And again, best judges would be kids. My daughter thinks exactly the same. She thinks that Nutter Butter does taste very, very close to the original thing. So they did nail it. And it still sells, and it's still, as far as I know, popular. And sometimes it's out of stock because guess what? I buy it gladly. I think it's a very, very good product. But the thing is like you're trying to draw attention. You're trying to draw the new customer. The new customer that doesn't go to the gym all the time, that doesn't, check what's going on. That new customer will compare it to the original. And it better be very, very close. If not identical, it better be very. So it's a very risky thing. And that goes back to what Lukasz said. That's why it stays limited. It stays limited because, you know what, once the hype and once all the noise is over, it's suddenly kind of like disappears into the sunset. It just disappears. And let's go now with a new collaboration. Now let's do something else to draw their attention and to bring more people, or to get people talk about our brand. I mean, it's marketing and there's nothing wrong with it. It's 100% okay. But it's just, I think it's still very risky. It's number one. And number two, and I'll give Ghost, for example, credit for, we just saw the collaboration with T-Bomb, right? That was obviously to create hype. Or they pre-workout, the Ninja Turtles or whatever. It was, I don't know what it tasted. I never tried it. I have zero intention of trying it. But what I did pay attention to was the formula. And I actually liked the formula. I thought it was a very good product. And hardly anyone talked about the product. Hardly anyone talked about the fact that it's a good product. It was completely ignored by pretty much everybody. It was just, oh, hey, what does it taste like? Let's talk about Ninja Turtles. And it's great. But, still, the car can look phenomenal. But the performance, engine, and all that comes into play too, especially when you factor a price. Because the looks can be very, very deceiving. Once you unwrap that little fucking candy, now the candy has to taste good. It has to deliver on its promise. And if it doesn't, well, you'll be able to call it limited edition. I mean, we just saw 015. 015, they had collaboration with Mr. Olympia. And look what happened. If the product didn't deliver for either performance or ingredients or formulas or even marketing, then having just collaboration with Mr. Olympia, this just proved that it doesn't matter. It's just not enough. And then we have brands that don't have sponsored athletes, don't do any collaborations, don't do shit, but they're doing phenomenal. It's either a very good marketing or very good product or very good flavoring, or all combined. So you can fool the consumer all you want, or you can try. At the end of the day, you know what? You better have a good product. And if you're banking specifically only on flavor, then somebody like Monster Grapefruit will kick your ass for years to come, no matter what collaboration you do, simply because it tastes very, very good and it's already proven.
Yeah. On an end cap, or go ahead, Shane.
I was gonna say, I just think I see it like a little bit differently. I think I see them like disjointed. Like, I don't think Ghost is gonna say like, oh, we can nail Oreo. Okay, we should do this. I think the goal is, like I said, I think they're just trying to bring in new people. And if they nail it, like they're trying to nail it, they're obviously not going to try and put out a shitty flavor. Yeah. I think it's just, it'd be like Robert did the caramel. Like, it might have turned out really good. It might have turned out really bad, but like you would still put your best effort in. I think these guys put their best effort in, and they just try and make it taste as good as they can. But I think the goal is, regardless of how it turns out, the goal is to bring in people that like that cookie, or that can.
Yeah, even I don't know if you're right about this. The goal is always to succeed. The goal is always to bring revenue.
Yeah. No. I think it's. Oh no. Obviously, like that's what I'm saying. Like I think they want to do the collab, and they're putting their best effort in. And if you don't like it, I still don't think that means they didn't put their best effort in. I think they just did it.
No. I never said that. I said
that's what I mean.
The thing is like they did the collab, right? The Oreo, and you just used caramel macchiato. If caramel macchiato would have failed,
you would have. Yeah.
Nobody will give a fuck. You know what? You just fucking put it on sale, sell it at cost or something like that, get rid of it, and you know what? Nobody's even going to mention it, because you know what? We're going to go to somebody and they're going to have caramel macchiato by Apollon Nutrition that is not Starbucks collaboration or anything like that. It's just a fucking flavor. And then you're going to have a collaboration, say, with Oreo or whatnot. Right? So the guy who's going to drink caramel macchiato, and I'm talking both cases, he doesn't like both flavors. For example, so he tries caramel macchiato by Apollon Nutrition. He goes, that sucks. Boom, done. It's over. Yeah. You know, now the guy tries the Oreo one. He's not going to go just, oh, it sucks. He's going to go, oh, it sucks, and it tastes nothing like Oreo. He's going to add it at the end because he just tried to compare it. So the effort, definitely, and Ghost puts a lot into their marketing. I mean, they probably have one of the best marketing all around. But I think it's a very, very thin ice if you're looking for longevity. If you're looking for longevity of the product and, of the collaboration of the flavor, then you want to make sure that you have repeat buyers. To get new buyers for them is a lot easier than for Apollon with caramel macchiato. Because there is nothing special about caramel macchiato. There is like fucking 10 of them. But when it's collaboration, to get repeat buyer, now that's a challenge. That's a huge challenge because now it has to correspond. So yeah, I mean, I do understand what you're saying. They definitely trying to bring new market and they're trying to bring new customers, and then they're trying to do good marketing, which they succeeded. And I can only imagine that they go through hell in order to get the deal done.
I got one thing to add to this. When it comes to like caramel macchiato, you got like 10 different kinds, or even 100 kinds, right? And every person has its own like taste buds and flavor preferences and so on. So for, let's say, for Shane, caramel is gonna be the main factor when it comes to this flavor. For Robert, it's gonna be like a coffee flavor, right? But when it comes to like Oreo, there's only one fucking Oreo in the world, right? So you can't compare like a caramel macchiato to Oreo, because these are like two different
but
things.
that's kind of what I was saying.
One more thing to add. When it comes to like Ghost, they are aiming for that number one spot. They are going for that fucking Mount Everest. Robert is playing in Poland mountains, and Ghost is going for the fucking Mount Everest. So when you're like playing in the A leagues and you're going for that major collaboration with Oreo, you better knock that fuck out. And I don't think they did that. And honestly, in my opinion, if you're doing that kind of like collaboration, especially nowadays, when you have all these technologies and so on, I could say it like 20 years ago, yeah, the flavors of protein were like fucking disgusting. But now you can see, and you can also saw in your review when you were reviewing rice, without any fancy collaboration, you can nail the flavor perfectly, spot on. And the exact same situation comes with Oreo and Ghost. You still can nail the flavor without like any collaboration. And I fully agree with you on the one particular aspect that you mentioned. The main aspect of collaboration is to bring people in, right? And not just like the new people. But as Robert said, if there's gonna be this new person that's gonna come to a store and he will see a tub of protein powder and it will says Oreo on it, and he will purchase this tub, and he will like take a scoop and eat it, and he will say straight away, "Fuck that! That doesn't taste like my fucking Oreos. I want that fucking Oreos right now in my stomach," So that's gonna be the end of his diet journey, right? So that's just my point of view.
Yeah. I mean, like I just think I see it a bit more disjointed, because I'm not really comparing Apollon caramel. That wasn't my point. My point was
no. You made a valid point, and you're right. I actually understood what you're saying. They're trying to bring new people in new markets, and they're trying to go to mainstream. And
to be fair,
I
also
100% agree with you, and I think it's great.
Ghost collabs aren't limited. I think maybe that like their Oreo, those are ongoing. Those don't end. Those are still going.
Yeah, no. They do. The reason is that they do, and they will continue. And I'm pretty sure they do sell. I just don't think. Yeah. I think that the hype, I think, has died, and I think now when you look at the flavor, it's just one of the flavors that Ghost is offering. You don't hear much about it.
I think that's the point. Like, you launch it, you bring some new people in, and you're right. You have a big opportunity to fail, because to hit an Oreo, and Ghost, one of the best brands out there when it comes to flavor, hands down. So that's why I'm saying they wouldn't have spent 2 days on this. They would have spent fucking forever. But I feel like in that initial debut, there were people that would never have touched protein powder in their life. And they would see Oreo and be like, you know what? Okay, now's the time. And even if they don't like it, let's say you get 50% of those people. And then let's say of the people that didn't like it, they still go to Ghost's website and be like, oh shit, they do warheads. And they may not know anybody in existence. They might not know Optimum. They might not know anyone. The risk, from my perspective, is greatly worth the reward, because you're then not. It's not
There is no risk. There is no risk.
Oh no, yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, even if you make a flavor that someone who loves Oreo doesn't like, I feel like it's a good risk, or even a good chance to take, because at that point it's no longer Ghost Legend versus Hooligan. It's no longer you versus competitor. It's you by yourself, because there's no other Oreo to choose from.
No, absolutely. But here's
I think it's just a good tool to help bring people in.
I think it's a phenomenal
does
tool,
a good job.
and I think it does help, and I think they found something that works for them specifically. At the end of the day, you know what? Every time there's a collaboration, there's going to be hype. And it's not only Oreo, that's just overall. But the truth is,
I think there's always going to be disappointment too, because I think it's going to be so hard.
At least from what I've seen, there is more disappointment in terms of comparison to Oreo, because it does not taste like Oreo. In fact, you know, I'm not even an Oreo fan, and even I can tell that it doesn't taste like Oreo. It tastes like a good flavor.
It tastes like a good cookies and cream. To be honest.
good cookies and cream. So in that regard, you know what? But here's the thing. Even though that it's you know, it's obviously marketing, and it's obviously they trying and they succeeding to an extent, those that do like Oreo or that know Oreo, you know, and that market, because people that are into sports, people that want to get into better physical shape and stuff like that, they still are not your main objective. Because again, I mean, you just released an Oreo flavor that doesn't taste like Oreo. That's a fact. You know, you made a lot of noise. Yes. Your flavor is good. Yes. Does it taste with what it claims to be? No. Did you try very hard? Absolutely. Was that collaboration very hard to nail? Oh, they probably went through hell to get it done, to get the deal done, and they did. And it's great too. But you know what? We're still talking about protein. And like, remember when I talked to you about vegan protein, and you told me that in your opinion, Ghost is one of the better ones when it comes to vegan, right? So I actually went and I bought it. Now, I know that I'm not a good example, but still I'll use myself. So I bought vegan protein by Ghost. So ask me a question and you're going to know the answer, and you know where I'm going with this. Which was I more impressed? The vegan protein or the Oreo? And the answer is very, very obvious. Of all the shitty tasting vegan proteins on the market, Ghost vegan protein actually tastes pretty good for vegan. You know, I mean, I'm not going to compare it to fucking Isolate and 50/50 and egg protein. We're talking about vegan that I tried. And I tried a few other brands that were impossible to drink. They were just, bottom line, they were nasty. Ghost was actually pretty impressive because it tasted probably the better one, if not the best tasting vegan protein I've tried thus far. So that impressed me because expectations were low because it's vegan. But the reward was like, oh shit, if I was vegan, I would definitely go for that because that tastes actually pretty good. Now, on the other hand, the collaboration, we have Oreo, right? I'm like, yeah, impressed, collaboration, pretty cool. Oreo is on the label. Sorry, it doesn't taste like Oreo. You know, so I was actually more impressed. And that's exactly the same thing that just happened with rice. The expectations and the hype were about the collaboration, the Sunny D, and what else they had. But I was actually far more impressed, just like you were, with the other two. They did not get the hype that they actually deserved just because they were not collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I think my perspective is like, I don't put the two. I think, again, I still think the point is, like, if you have an average Joe, he's never going to grab a regular flavor versus Oreo, even if it's good or bad. I just see the two as separate for me. That's like, but I get what you're saying. Like, you can still have an amazing flavor without any collaboration. Even in another product, you could probably just make the best fruit punch. But yeah, I just feel like I understand it because I think they're just doing it to the person who never grabbed either of them. If he sees Oreo, he's going to grab that. But a regular fruit punch, it may be the best fruit punch pre-workout in the world, but he's never going to touch it because he's like, the fuck is that?
Yeah,
That's what
but
I feel
again,
like. That's
again,
just
you just
the
made
angle.
a very, very, very good point. So the thing is like, yeah, you're right. They're gonna grab Oreo because it's Oreo. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what's in it. Doesn't matter what quality it is, but they're gonna grab it. The point is that if it's not good, the point is if it's disappointing, and there is a good chance of that. The point is if it's compared, like Lukasz said, to the real thing, then there is a very high chance that you're gonna lose a repeat buyer. Now, what you said about fruit punch, it's not a collab.
I don't think those people were people that were buying supplements. That's my point. I'm saying that I know you'll lose them. You'll lose them.
It doesn't taste like Oreo.
Yeah, but if you lose them,
it tastes like certain things. You know what? I mean, if chicken doesn't taste like chicken, it tastes like steak. It might taste like a very good steak, but it's still sold as a chicken. That's the point.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about, you said just now, yeah. I mean, if you're talking about fruit punch, then here's the thing. So I tried Oreo, doesn't taste like Oreo. I'm not buying it anymore as a consumer. Yeah. But you told me this fruit punch tastes pretty good.
No. Sorry, my point is this person's never going to buy a fruit punch. This person's never going to touch a supplement. This person never even crossed their mind about supplements. This person doesn't even. They may go to the gym to run on a Sunday or a Saturday. This person,
and I understand that. Yes, they will definitely go for Oreo. 100% they will go.
Yeah.
The question is, will they continue buying it?
Yeah, I'm saying that's what I meant earlier about the risk versus reward. There's a big risk that you disappoint them, and then they never touch a supplement again. But I think that in an area where this person won't never buy a supplement, won't even know a single thing about caffeine, anything, that the risk right. This is like a new person that doesn't know anything.
You're absolutely right, and I'll give you that for sure, because
that's what I think the core is one of the key things.
100% of people, new people, say for example, that bought the collaboration, right?
Yeah.
Even if 70%,
let's just say, yeah, even if 70%
anymore, you have those 30%, they're going to be repeat buyers. So
and I also feel like you succeed because it opens your eyes. Like even if, like you said, let's say 70% of them didn't like it.
The 30% are new.
Yeah, but then if half of those people are like, you know what, this like me and you, we think it's still a good cookies and cream.
It is.
Half of that 70% might be like, oh, I didn't know protein powder could actually taste this good. So then they may go into another brand. That's what I feel the benefit is
that they're going to continue buying for sure. I think they're going to continue buying for sure.
Because
the flavor failed.
Yeah, I think that because it's kind of like how when I always have the mom test. I give my mom a protein bar and she thinks it tastes good. That's a pretty good example because she doesn't think that protein bars can taste that good. So if you can bring someone in that would never have even considered, that's a huge win. Even if they don't end up going for Ghost, the fact that Ghost brought them to this world, I think is a huge win. And the more people, and then that person may then tell someone like, hey man, this Oreo doesn't taste that good like Oreo, but it's actually still pretty good. And I feel like that's the big gain with these kinds of things. I feel like that's the collaboration because you get people that just would never have given two shits about products.
It's only thing is that from
you're right. If you fail, it's.
I think that when you're selling a product, say within an industry, you have a car industry, movie industry. I mean, you have all kind of industries. So you have a supplement industry. What I would prefer personally from any company that is doing collaboration, it's the same thing as you're selling, any product. You're selling a car, right? So great color, maybe something innovative, something creative, new color. And then you have the engine is of this capacity, and it saves fuel, and it does. So you have all different elements of the car, right? So the same thing with the supplement. If you're coming up with a collaboration, okay, energy drinks that don't count. But say, for example, pre-workout or protein, present it from all the benefit sides. So, we have a collaboration, but we also have this quality and this ingredient. This is what it's going to do. If you're going to present it as such, but all of a sudden, supplement as a supplement is completely disregarded, and it's pushed only as a flavor, as a collab, not even a flavor. That's an issue that I have with it, because I also think, and I would never accuse Ghost of this, because I don't think Ghost actually falls under the criteria. They're actually a pretty solid company. But I could definitely see a company investing into...
I know what you guys...
investing into a fucking flavor, but the formula is a complete
Sucks ass.
dog
Yeah.
shit, and it's completely disregarded. But look, and we know those companies, they do exist. You know, we've seen it. We've seen it. We're like they're presenting a collab, but when you look actually on the other side, it's like, okay,
Sucks
and
balls. Yeah.
this is shit. So that's the only thing. I would love to see, you know, the benefits presented as well as the collab. That's what I would like. But maybe again, just being a tough critic, because I demand a lot out of myself. I would
think
like
Ghost-
everything.
Ghost is the hard example because they're no one. They don't put shit on their. They don't put anything on their label. They don't say build muscle. They don't say anything. It's just Ghost Legend, Ghost Size, Ghost Whey. I mean, that's kind of what they're known for, though. Just
And they actually have one of my favorite formulas. I really like their pre-workouts. I think they pump pre-workout is still among my favorite.
yeah, they're
ones.
pumpers beasts.
Yeah, but you know what? From my perspective, I would like to see how, you know, the collaboration flavors compared or perform as far as the normal flavors that they release.
See,
Are
I
they-
feel like I thought
are they
about that
doing-
myself.
Are they doing better or not? Because we touched this many times on the show, and we
I feel
all
like it
agree-
would. I feel like it would be. It would be a case to case basis, don't you think? Because like Dymatize released 2 collabs. Ghost is a very collab driven brand. Rise is now a very collab driven brand. I feel like it
Yeah.
would be hard. Like Dymatize, I bet they blow up from their pebbles. But I feel like Ghost, because now they've become like that's one of the big things that they're about. Same with Rise now. I feel like it would be a use case scenario. Like if you do a collab,
Yeah,
it'll increase your sales 100%. But if you do 5 collabs, it'll start to diminish, kind of thing. I feel like it would be hard to gauge. I bet they do good initially. Like if you launch another chocolate versus launch a collab, but if you
Yeah,
launch ongoing,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but maybe only from like a small perspective. Let's say, you know, as we always like said, and we are all agreed that Ghost releases a bunch of great tasting flavors, and they are like non-collaborative, right?
Yeah,
So you know, they got a bunch of great tasting protein powders like cereal milk and so on, and you know,
I bet
No,
their
it
chocolate
all-
vanilla still king probably.
yeah, it all comes down to preferences, right? But I just wanted to like have a like comparison how like there I would call it like a regular, you know, flavor compares to the collaborative one, right? So because yeah, I'm aware of that you know Oreo is like something that you know puts an eye on the top, right?
Yeah.
And it brings attention, it brings more people to it, and as you said, and as Robbie said, when they released Turtles, everyone were talking about Turtles. Everyone was talking, you know, about the flavor, but no one was talking about the formula. But neglecting that and just like talking strictly about the flavor, I'm just like curious, you know, to see if their regular flavors are performing better than the collaborations. Because in my opinion, they definitely are. And you know, the collaborations are just like an icing on a cake,
Yeah,
and it's just like I would call it like a shiny bait in the sea field of fish. So from time to time, you have this special bite, and you just like put it in the water, and you're like, okay, let's grab this nice big fucking fish, and let's make our sushi out of this awesome piece of fish, right? So it's not like they are like trying to, you know, be this how can I say it, this fancy brand. You know, of course, we all respect what they are doing, but at the same time, you know, it's like, is it worth it or not?
Oh, dude, it's hands down, it's worth it. Like I said, when C4 did it, these guys make more money than I could dream of. So I mean, you know that they are doing it. You know who will be king is when you see fucking Optimum do it. Because when Optimum does it, then you know it's big time. But on this story that you're looking at, Robert, this is very confusing because this compares the protein to the protein on Rise's own website.
Correct.
So someone reached out to me on actually the category buyer at Walmart, and they told me that that the price on their website on Walmart is drastically different. So if you go to Walmart, you'll see that these collabs are actually substantially cheaper. Well, not substantially, but like the price isn't the same. So the price of loaded protein is still $45. So go back. So that price is the same as Rise's website. Go back to the Walmart and find the jet puffed one, because you're not on it. Go to the page before this and find jet puffed. It is
Put it in
there.
a search. Put it in a search engine. Robert, put it in a search engine.
Yeah, just type in. I know it's on here because I saw it. What the shit? You know what? Give me a second. Oh man, where does it go? I know I saw it on here.
Did they take it down, you think?
No way, it's Walmart. They can't move. Like, they can move quickly, but not that quickly.
There you go.
Yeah, see, this is what confused me. Is you have loaded protein for the same price on Rise's website, but not the price of jet puffed on Rise's website is different from Walmart. This, because I only saw it on the Rise's website, and that's why I thought it was worth. What's that?
Robert, what's the price on the Rise site?
It's $3.
$37.99.
It's 30
$35.99. $35.99.
Yeah, see, this is. So the loaded protein regular on Walmart is more expensive than the loaded protein on Rise's site, I think. I think theirs is like $39. But then the jet puffed is lower on Walmart.
Yeah.
So one's higher, one's lower, but on Walmart, they make one more expensive and one cheaper. I thought, because it confused the shit out of me. I'd never seen this before. Usually you'd see like a similar increase on all of the products.
Did they give any reason for why?
So the guy did explain some things to me, and it was a lot of like I don't know how, I don't think I can really say it, to be honest. But he explained it to me, and it was like, either way, it didn't really answer anything. Like if you're a consumer and you go to Rise's site, you're like, oh, loaded protein's $40, the collabs are 36. You go to Walmart, collabs 33, and then the loaded protein's 45. Yeah, it doesn't matter about the details behind the scenes. I mean, to me, it doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, when the consumer goes to Walmart.com and sees this, it's a little bit confusing, for me at least.
Yeah.
Like you see this, and you see the collab cheaper, then you go to Rise's site, this is cheaper, the collab's more expensive. Like if both were more expensive on Rise's site, or both were cheaper, that would make more sense. So that story that I wrote was based purely on Rise's website. I didn't see the Walmart prices yet. But yeah. Yeah, see, there's that dude.
Yeah, there's your boy right there.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. The motherfucker's a ray of sunshine, I'll tell you that.
What do you mean, your boy?
From that video that you sent us to make us watch for the whiskey cola, that's your boy.
Don't play that. Don't play that.
That's not my boy. I'm not playing with him.
That's the same.
That's the same guy.
That's your boy. That's your boy, Lukasz. Y'all play together. Y'all get excited about supplements together.
I just send you a fucking link. Go fuck yourself.
Right. How did the family enjoy the Greek islands? We need to get off this collab topic. We spent almost an hour on it. Oh God.
Bro, we can
start this Greek island, Shane.
You can just again. You can just put the title collabs ... Here we go again.
How are the Greek islands?
Put the title collabs. Go fuck yourself.
Collabs of Lukasz's boy. That's gonna be the title.
It was nice. It was pretty. Like I said, the internet sucked ass, which made it a little bit more stressful. But it was fucking sunny as hell. It was.
Really? I thought the internet connection was pretty awesome.
Yeah, me too, man. I thought it was really good. And then I get there and they're like, "Go fuck yourself." Son of a bitch, man. It was. I felt like I could have, I don't know, run the messages to the server and uploaded them myself faster than the fucking internet. Or I could have got a pigeon to send messages on.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You could use birds to send the messages or something.
It was fucking ridiculous.
Smoke signals would be quicker.
Yeah, man. It was. I don't know. It was just dead fucking slow, and then it didn't get any better, and then it just. I mean, I got shit done, but wasn't great standard. I still kept up with everything.
Gym?
Yeah, I went to the gym. It was actually the guy that owned the gym that I went to was Mr. Grease.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not current Mr. Grease, though. He was Mr. Grease from a while ago.
90 something, right? The old dude.
But the gym only had tens. Only had like tens everywhere. Tens. Sorry, for the freedom units, that'd be like a 22. Yeah, 22 pound.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It was like, I went to the gym and I was like, I'll just do a light session. And then I get there and I'm like, oh, where's the 20s? There's a 10, there's a 10. I was like, this fucking place is filled with 10s. What the shit am I going to do with this? Yeah. The only 20s that they had, 45s, were on the leg press.
Progress is always progress.
And I was like, no, even if I took all of the 10s in the gym, I couldn't have done a max deadlift. Not that I deadlift a lot, but there weren't that many 10s.
Too strong.
You should ask someone to sit on the cable or something.
It was a pretty cool gym, but...
Nick thinks you're looking pretty jacked, Shane.
Thank you.
It's the lighting.
It's the lighting. It's totally the lighting. It's definitely the lighting.
Sridhar, not reminding everyone to subscribe to the Whack 3D podcast yet, but he did hear about the MyProtein Whey Forward from Stack 3D podcast. Seems like more brands are making animal-free whey.
See, an interesting story about this is that I shared this on LinkedIn. I mean, it's still fucking expensive.
Yeah.
What is it? Like regular price, $25 for 10 servings of 20 grams?
Yeah.
And this is my
40 for 10 servings.
Yeah, but
I was checking
for a 10 serving cup.
Inside as far as Europe, and so far they don't offer it here. So
I don't think that. Yeah, well, this is because it's an American ingredient. So I imagine there's probably just ship it down. But then, see, I had a guy reach out, and I can't remember. On LinkedIn, I can't remember the brand, but he said that he contacted these guys 3 years ago. Was it? I don't know. He contacted them several years ago, but he didn't end up using it. He didn't get to use it. So I mean, he made it seem like he wanted to use it way earlier than this. But so I mean, MyProtein is the biggest one I've seen so far with it. That's why I was kind of excited for their price. I thought this is going to be fucking cheap, but it is the cheapest because it's $25, but they have a 25% off sale because MyProtein does sales all the fucking time.
It's like what, 10 servings?
Yeah, 10 servings.
10 servings for $28.
I'll tell you what, that tub. Yeah, but it's down to $18.74. This isn't a commission or anything. I'm just telling you it's down to $18.74 and free shipping.
I just hope the flavors are not collapsed.
Well, I was going to ship this to the UK because you know how you can't ship dairy-based supplements to the UK. I was like, what if I ship this? Because this isn't dairy-based. Theoretically, they should let this through. But I have a sneaking suspicion that they're just going to turn around and say, nah, dude.
Yeah.
But it's technically it's not dairy-based. It's not...
well, this is interesting. They're not calling it a protein powder either. They're calling it a drink mix.
Yeah, man. Look, I wouldn't. Don't read into this. Come on. This was someone else mentioned this to me as well. They said that technically, if it's genetically identical to
well, it can't be called like whey protein, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If it's genetically identical to whey protein, there's no test in the world that could probably distinguish them apart. Why can't you call it whey protein? It's like if you put synthetic, like kind of. I don't see why not. I mean, I don't really care. I'm just saying. But it's similar to what the argument about, like, technically this could be called morally vegan. Because it's not, but they are specifically making sure it's not called vegan. They only want it to refer to as animal free.
Interesting. No algae were harmed in the making of this protein drink.
If we care about animals, we don't give two shits about algae.
Nope, we don't. Or plants, even though plants have a nervous system to a certain extent.
Happy probiotics. Happy probiotics. Happy cows.
There we go.
Someone was, I think someone was telling me, they said that basically the more that they get into it, the price will eventually come down. So I guess that once they blow the shit out of it, we can hopefully get this to more reasonable.
Yeah.
Because 25, I believe, is 2.25 more expensive per serving, so it's more than double.
Yeah,
Isolate.
I will not be buying this, but if you want to try it.
If you bring it down to like a whey isolate, and make it reasonable, but if you're a whey blend guy or a whey concentrate, this is $25 is.
If this would be available in Europe, I would definitely like purchase the the.
I purchased the bag from that California Performance, the other brand that makes a pretty good well priced one, and then the bag split in shipping. So.
But you're only getting 20 grams of protein, and the average whey protein scoop has 25 grams of protein, so that's making the cost even more expensive than what they're.
Hey man. No, obviously my calculation of the 21% more expensive. That still takes that into account.
That the extra 5 gram difference or 4 gram difference.
Yes. So I calculated out based on. So it's basically compared to their whey isolate.
Okay.
But yeah, it's I would try it, but that's to be fair, the 20 grams is suitable for their because plant-based products all have 20.
Yeah.
So I guess if they're shooting for them.
Xandandito. There's a product that I've seen through ads on Instagram called Maniac by Terror Labs. I swear they do not know what doses are. Curious what you say about them. Never heard of them at all. Let me see.
I like how Robert woke up, started smiling. He's like, they don't know what doses are. Robert.
I just like that. No, I mean, you know what? I mean, we're so used to this. I mean, number one, the name is fun.
This is like
the label is cool.
No, it's not. What the hell are you talking about?
Exactly, that's my point.
That looks. I don't know.
It looks like a 70-year-old did it.
This is pretty.
Exactly. Oh shit! Come on.
Holy no way, no.
Why? It's perfect.
I tell you what, they dosed
2,000 milligrams of caffeine. Cheers.
I mean, it could be 600, but then that would mean that the
well,
no,
the label, the look, the name.
No,
I mean. The supplement facts, I think it actually all comes perfectly together.
This doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
There is no way, because even if you're like, oh, the caffeine might be 600, that means that the Yohimbe is 600.
Yeah.
So even if the caffeine is like the Yohimbe's 1, that makes the caffeine 1990.
Right.
They also put ephedra in it. God damn.
Well, it's the leaf. There's no alkaloids in there.
Yeah, man. Of course, I know that.
I don't understand why wouldn't you just have some dignity and put them all in one blend?
50 ephedra.
Are there any reviews on this?
I like the look. It's two-faced.
I like the look because it's dumb, but it actually responds to the product.
I tell you what, there's no way that there's like I don't know what's. I'm not disregarding the reviews. I'm not saying that the reviews and the product doesn't perform well.
Can you show the picture?
Oh, that's nice. He's put a nice. Just put a nice.
And the other one?
Lumped.
Nice pack in it.
Gobbledygook.
Oh. It's all that you're him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's entirely possible that no, that's not even going to work out either. I'm not saying that the product doesn't work, and I'm not saying that the reviews aren't legit. I'm just very confused by that 2-gram blend of caffeine.
Literally
1 gram.
like you sucked the testosterone straight from Phil Heath's stomach, but it works. Yeah, it's definitely a real review.
You know what? If they called that Phil Heath testosterone, I would probably buy I would just try it for the flavor.
Heath juice.
Now let me ask you this: would you actually try this product?
No.
No.
Never.
There you go.
Even if you told me, see, this is the thing. This is one of those, like how I said I don't eat expired food. The fact that even if you said to me, like there's actually only 300 milligrams of caffeine in it, the fact that the label says that just I would be too scared. This is yeah. I mean, I don't mind being caught up.
Is that you can't really talk shit about this product because this product is so out there that it doesn't even. I don't think it even classifies as a product.
I don't mind the branding. I don't mind the branding. It's just that 2-gram blend of caffeine in your Himby. If that is in there, I might die. So I just don't want to do it.
Here you go, 950 milligrams with caffeine and hydrate.
Well, that's still pretty big.
That's
Now,
still
see, maybe
600 milligrams at least.
The second degree is dopamine.
I mean, tyramine, what, you got 50 to 100 there. Octopamine, you got
Do you
50
think-
to 100. That's 700 milligrams of caffeine.
Do you think maybe the orders are wrong?
No.
No. Come on now.
No, because you
Don't
could
be-
have a 800 milligrams of theobromine, and maybe they've just put it backwards.
Yeah. I would love to get this third party tested to find
I
out
think
how much caffeine
theobromine
is
is
in here.
like 50 milligrams at most.
No, I'm just trying to figure out a way where this doesn't have a ridiculous. Because look, again, but I'm not saying that the reviews aren't legit. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying that based on the label, because if you're going off the regular rules of heaviest ingredient first, and this label has 950 milligrams with a blend led by caffeine, and then the other one, 2 gram with a blend led by caffeine.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's as true as the label, I don't want to touch it.
Me neither.
I just don't understand. Yeah, but I just understand. I don't understand. Beta alanine, L-citrulline malate 1-to-1, agmatine sulfate, and after agmatine sulfate, you got the aspartic acid.
But
It's a
do you see the
testosterone
writing
boosting
above?
pre-workout.
Do you see the writing above supplement facts?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. They shouldn't put kill on their label.
Makes you
Well,
stranger.
never gonna tell you.
Not stronger, but stranger.
Makes you strong-
It's-
makes you
Makes you
stranger.
stranger.
Yeah, they took the joke from Dark Knight.
There you go. All right.
I'm sorry, this...
Instead,
Look,
I cannot
Scooping
endorse
with-
this product.
with your right hand, do it with the left hand.
I'm sorry, just... I'll be a pussy all day long. In fact, I'll wear a shirt that says I'm a pussy to not have this.
You already wear a t-shirt called Pussy.
Hey man,
See?
here we all wear this shirt. So I'm just,
Yeah, I know.
I just fit right in.
UK loves the Gymshark shit.
I don't
Robert.
understand.
Robert, I know one thing. When you come to UK, the first thing that you're gonna buy is gonna be a fucking Gymshark.
There you go.
They make some nice shit.
Sweetheart, I would not tell you to put anything in your body, but I would feel safe using a pre-workout that is expired. I've used, within the past 2 weeks, I have used a pre-workout twice that is expired 2 years ago. And I'm still using it, and I'm fine. I haven't bled from the eyeballs or shit
If you
blood or
wanna,
anything like that.
if you want to take my advice, Rita, I just throw it all in the bin. I never take an expired pre-workout. I never take an expired supplement.
I used it.
Zero.
No
Nada.
issues.
Shane is a bitch. Don't listen to him.
As evidenced by his apparel. And his titty dance. There you go. Ben Arden. Before I read Ben's question, last call for any comments and questions from the peanut gallery out there. For Robbie, you've gone to many events and hosted one. Will you be attending the Natural Body Block Party this year? I missed you at the TNS party. I'm hoping to shake your hand in person.
Well,
It's a really good event.
go fuck yourself.
Hello!
I'm just saying it is. I've heard that it's very good.
Shane, you made so many wrong comments just now, and you're wearing such a wrong tank top, and you've been called a bitch a few times. You absolutely have no say.
I've been called a bitch by one person. I'm fine with that.
But Lukasz, how many times? Twice?
Well, I call him that's
Yeah,
That's
he
not-
called me a pussy because I wouldn't throw down 2 grams of caffeine in your Himby. That's not a pussy. That's just plain fucking common
Yeah,
sense.
I'm a pussy too then.
I don't think
wearing
many
the
people would do that.
too.
I
Gymshark.
would not touch that label just because that label, not because of 2,000 milligram of caffeine or whatnot. I would not touch that product because that the product scares the shit out of me. Like, I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe there's 2,000, maybe there's 5,000, maybe there's nothing in it at all.
See, that's the thing for me is that you know that what's on there. If it's true, you don't want to touch it. But if it's wrong, then that means they made a mistake. And if they made a mistake,
but there are chances it could be underdosed or overdosed.
I'm sorry. I just I don't want to say that they don't have what's in there. But if they have what's in there, that's what worries me. And if they don't, that also worries me because then you don't know.
Yeah.
Sridhar, weigh your
Thank
scoop.
you so much. I don't know. Like, I think that the block party is sometimes beginning of September or October or something like that.
Is it in October?
I think it's maybe first week of October or September. I could be wrong,
Ooh,
but
maybe I'll go.
yeah, I mean, there is a possibility that I'll be there. I mean, and thank you for very kind words, and hopefully I'll get to see you. Our own event is actually on October 22nd. I know this time around it's not on the same date as the block party, but
That's right. They clashed last year, didn't they?
yeah. But the truth is, I think that they used to, before the pandemic, they used to do it in August, I think, or September. I think last year was just like a shit show because we had it on October 27th, and then the nutrition corners, Doug Miller wanted to do it also on the 27th, and Steve wanted to do it on the 27th. So it was like a bit of a clusterfuck. But this time around, I think the block party is sometimes beginning of October, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I think September or October, but early.
I don't see a date anywhere. I wanted to see.
I think Jose told me something. I forgot, but I definitely know that it's. Actually, I do think that he said beginning of October. I think the first weekend. Yeah, if it's possible, then I'll definitely stop by and say hello for sure. And speaking of events, like I said, ours is on the 22nd, and we have the biggest star in ever, Shane, making an appearance. Actually, no, Nikki and her bitch.
Ava.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ava, definitely. That came out so fucking wrong.
Yeah,
so
we'll be there. The whole
October,
family.
Yeah, October is going to be a fun month. We're looking forward to everybody attending. And Lukasz, can you make it?
As Lars said, if we're gonna get the priority airplane, we will be there.
Because if you're going to make it, I got to make sure to put you on a poster right next to Shane.
Oh fuck no! He's the VIP, man. I'm just like a regular guy. I'm the bottom feeder. Remember that?
I already said this to Nikki. She's like, look at all these jacked motherfuckers on the poster, and I'm like, and then there's this dumbass looking son of a bitch, like fucking right beside Ronnie Coleman.
Bro, you look handsome on that poster.
Yeah, and you wearing a suit.
I need to get the tightest Gymshark I can, otherwise I'm gonna look like a little bitch next to everybody.
See, and you will be on the panel, right?
Yep.
Yeah, look at me.
See,
Look at these beasts of except TJ. I'll sit next to TJ. Put me next to TJ.
There's also JoJo daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Put me between TJ and who's the guy behind me?
Rich Gaspari? Oh, no. I mean, you're on the other side.
Who's that guy?
Oh, that's Carl Robertson. He's from UFC.
Put me beside him. I'm just picking the guys that aren't naked. Just put me beside them. Or I'll just show up shirtless and everyone can laugh.
I think we should wear that.
There's some giant motherfuckers on that panel.
I think, you know what, we should put you next to Akeem Williams. He's going to be like 6 weeks out from the Olympia.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. That'd be a great idea. Put me next to him.
Yes, so don't say anything right now.
Put me next to Akeem and who else? Another big guy. Between Akeem and... But they're quite short, aren't they? These guys...
I see Serino is small, so you can be there.
No, see, because I remember when I met Dexter one year, and he was used to wear like tracksuits to the Olympia or to the expos, and if you just saw him standing there, you'd think he's just this little dude in a big track. You couldn't even tell that he had lifted, or just his face was sunken in. But you couldn't, if you didn't see his like arms or legs, you'd think he's just a regular dude. But he was very short. That's the only thing I have going for me. I'm not tall, but I'm not 5'5", so yeah. If we're all sitting down, just make sure the table's like here, and then we'll be good.
So you're gonna sit next to Guy Cesarino?
No, because he's still big too.
Hey, put Ava on your knees. You will be bigger.
I'll sit on Ava. That way I can look a little bigger.
Yeah.
She's not even gonna about to sit there, even if she comes. She's gonna get bored as shit. She's got the attention span of a fucking psychopath. Or she'll just keep yelling my name. So that'll be my only cheerleader in the crowd.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, we appreciate it.
Wait, is Robert on the panel?
We'll put him next to you.
Yeah.
Is that to say that you're bigger than Robert?
I know I'm bigger than Robert. I don't. If you're trying to make me feel bad for saying it, I'm fine.
No, trust me, you don't have. You're not. I know exactly where I fit in the pecking order of size.
Yeah. See, he's like me. I know
I'm
where
fully
I fit.
aware.
You're bigger than TJ.
Yeah.
Actually, you're bigger than a bunch of people on that panel.
No, I'm fucking not.
Yes, you are. Robert,
No.
Fucking poster again.
Hold on.
Don't put me next to Ronnie just so I can.
Please do.
No, hold on. I mean, I'll tell you right now. Who you're bigger than? See, there are a bunch of people that you're bigger than.
Dude, half of them are wearing no clothes, so you can rule out anyone who's wearing no clothes.
So, you're bigger than Guy.
No.
You're
No, I'm
bigger
not.
Than JoJo's wife, JoJo's
Daughter.
daughter.
Yeah, I would hope so.
You're bigger than Carl.
Who's
Ronnie
Carl?
off limits for you.
Yeah,
I
Ronnie's.
think Corey Anderson is bigger than you. Slightly, even though he's a fighter, but he's bigger than you, I think. You're bigger than TJ. You're bigger than Rich Gaspari. You're bigger than
I don't
Jason
think I'm bigger
Arns.
than Rich. Have you seen Rich's? That dude's ripped to shit.
Shane,
You're
how much
bigger
you
than Rich, trust me.
Shane, how much you weigh now?
Right. Oh, right now I'm bang on 200 pounds. That was the goal. That's what I'm
You're
sitting.
bigger than Rich.
Rich is 230.
Yeah, but
Fuck.
he's bigger. I was next to Rich. You're bigger than Rich. And Rich is
too-
like my
No,
height.
no,
He's
no,
like
no,
5'7",
no.
5'8".
Rich
You're
is
bigger than
Rich is
Jason Arns.
now.
You're
Look,
taller than
look.
Luke, but you're not bigger than him. And
I'll take TJ, and you can add Robert to the panel, and I'll sit right in between those guys.
So you're bigger than quite a few guys.
I'll be there
look.
in my purple LSU polo and my Crocs just for you, Shane.
You know what? I would sit next to you even if you did that. If Robert's not there, then JoJo's daughter will be just fine. I'll sit next to you.
Perfect.
These guys are all on the panel because they're giant, because they're fucking knowledgeable beasts. Me and TJ are just two rogue motherfuckers from supplements.
You know what? It's a perfect example.
Actually, put me on the edge. That way I can just sit next to one person.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Sridhar, don't forget to subscribe to the Stacked Podcast and turn on notifications. Best way to even stay updated on the latest collabs in the supplement industry.
Every new subscriber to the podcast will receive a free Gymshark t-shirt.
Courtesy of stack3d.com.
And this it will be a special collaboration with Gymshark and Apollon Nutrition. With that fat fucking discount.
Dude, I wish that they gave discount. God damn.
There is one.
Gymshark.
Yeah.
God
Don't
damn
they give
it.
discounts?
Yeah, there is a discount on Gymshark.
Which what? Where? What are we talking about here? Throw me a
I
bone.
got-
Close, no? They don't have discounts.
I got a discount on Gymshark.
What is it?
20% off.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm serious.
I feel like you're talking out your ass. Look at you. Look at you.
Did I send you active discount on the gas today? I did.
Yeah, but see, I'm one of those weird people that I like to buy one shirt in 3 different colors. That's just how I am. So if I
How do
can't
you
buy
do
if I can't buy one shirt in 3 different colors, then I don't buy it. And those 3 colors are white, black, and gray.
No purple?
Yeah, by colors I mean shades, and purple is look, dude.
You're right.
not-
Before we sign off, I have to go. Amanda Nunes will reclaim her title or no?
Oh shit! That's tonight.
Sure.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'll say yes just to be contrarian.
I'm actually 50-50 on this, no pun intended, but I'm leaning a little bit towards no as well. I don't know why.
Yeah. I think
I haven't kept up with it enough.
once you get fucked up and you're already the greatest, you already won it, you have a child, you got nothing to prove, and that other girl and Juliana, I mean, she's got even more to prove this time. I would say that she's even more eager now.
Like I said,
don't know.
we can actually be wrong about this, both you and I, but the thing is that when Juliana won, she actually said that she was the first one to say, let's do a rematch. I'll give you another chance. I was like, that was ballsy. You just beat the best. And it seemed like Nunes was avoiding this fight a little bit. She didn't agree to it. She was kind of
well, she took a punch, man, and that was like the one thing that she
So
was.
I think psychologically, but like I said, I mean, Nunes is a strong fucking beast. She can win. She can beat anyone. But for some reason, I think psychologically speaking, I'm leaning towards Juliana a little bit.
Only because I feel like Juliana's going to be stronger than she was last time, more confident.
Yeah, I
And
think the
if
psychological...
Amanda can't win, never been beaten, I mean, I feel like there's less chance of her winning after she's been beaten. And to be fucking TKO'd, like usually when you do it to the other person, that's gotta.
Yeah.
And like I said, she's got the money. She's already been the greatest. She's got a kid. She doesn't need to like fight to the death anymore. I don't know. I feel like the other girl's probably hungrier.
I'm leaning towards Juliana too. I agree with you.
I mean, I could be wrong. I've never won a great bet in UFC, so
I mean,
anyone's
if
won it.
anyone is capable of winning, that's Nunes. I mean, she has all the tools.
Yeah.
Great on the ground. She's a great striker. I mean, she's a phenomenal fighter, and she's still not past her prime. It's just, she lost, like you said. So psychologically, she's already been defeated. Juliana is more confident. Nunes is rich. She's a family.
Juliana was smart because if she had waited any longer, Nunes might have built up a bit more confidence, might have been able to shake it up. She's still very fresh.
I mean, Nunes can fuck her up for sure, but, just baking her not very convincingly, but favoring Juliana a little bit more.
I mean, she's not going to go in trying to knock her out. So this will be a different Nunes fight than we've probably ever seen before. So I don't know what else she's got on the bag, because every fight I've ever seen, that's what she does, and she doesn't not do that. So, yeah, see how it turns out.
It's going to be a fun fight, definitely, to watch.
I'm going to be asleep, but I'll make sure I wake up in the morning.
All right, gents. Let's put a bow on the package,
All
send it
right.
out the door. Y'all have a great week. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with family, friends, and loved ones. If you like what we're doing here, make sure to leave us a positive review in iTunes, as well as the Stack 3D podcast. We're exceptionally adequate here on the podcast, so slightly above mediocre.
If you like collabs, give us a 5-star, but if you don't, then just give us 1.
Just give us 3, that's fine. Got a question or comment for a future episode of the podcast, or direct them all to Shane@stack3d.com. For positive, encouraging thoughts of well wishes, send that to Lukasz@PrometeusSportsTechnology.com. And for everything else, leave a comment down below or hit us up, thesupplementengineer@gmail.com. Thank you, one and all. We'll catch you all next time on The Final Scoop.
Take care.